7 days of chop around the daily 10 EMA, which is white. This box shows that it's 5% range within 7 days on August 1st. At the very beginning of this area, before it started moving sideways, I made a video mentioning that price. At the very beginning of the video, I said price is probably just going to move sideways for all these reasons that I stated in this video. And here we go. I think price of crypto and Bitcoin simply might just move sideways until then referring to that green line here, which is August 8th. And I'm making this video on August 7th. And here we are, straight sideways. And I mentioned in that video all the reasons why I anticipated sideways movement. So now it's twice where I've made the interesting prediction of sideways movement. I've got it right both times, thank goodness. It's hard to do that, but I've taken even in that video, I said, the last time I guessed sideways, it was correct. It was kind of a ballsy move, but that's what we got. So you might want to rewatch that video because you'll be able to see how I anticipated and all the tools I used, because this is crappy stuff to trade and it can just chop up your account. So you might want to go back and take a look at that video. If you want to watch it, you can hit the link here or wait till the end of the video and I'll link it. But what we're going to do today is I'm going to show you why there's a little bit of added pressure down, in my opinion. But there is one chart that I'm going to show you at the end that says there could easily be one more spike up. So let's go get this Bitcoin. The added pressure down comes on the daily chart. Check this out. I have on the weekly 10 in red, and down here, the white is the, weekly 10 red, daily 10 EMA. Very important EMAs both, and a lot of traders and algorithms are based off of them, right? Or have them as an integral part of their processes. So take a look. I want you to visualize the, let's zoom out. So we had a drop, okay, and then a little bit of a accumulation zone. Bounce 1, bounce 2, bounce 3, potential bounce 4. So 1, 2, 3, potential fourth bounce. So we're starting the bounce process right here. And take a look from the bottom, when it started bouncing each time, take a look at how the daily candles closed around the daily 10. So let's zoom in to this area right here and this area here, those two candles. All right. Actually, and the first bounce here, sorry. And then we're going to compare these three. So 1, 2, and 3 are all similar. 4 is different. Can you spot what it is? Look at the candle closures. Once price started rallying up, for example, right here, it closed above the 10. Red candle closed above what? Above the white line. Next candle closed above the white line. And then it was off to the races. Hit the bounce point. This candle closed where? Above the white line, above the white line, above the white line. Even the red candle closed where? Above the white line. You get in the picture? This one was obviously more aggressive, so it closed above the white line. Here, take a look. If this was a potential bounce point, which if we thought this was going to be a higher low, and take a look. So you had a closure above, and the next one closed below. Closed below. So the number 4 is different than the first 3. Is that a death sentence saying, hey, it's probably not going to go up? No, but it is added pressure down. It's something that didn't happen in the first 3 little volleys up, and it's just more evidence that this could break down, but it's not a deal breaker. I'm going to show you another thing that is saying, hey, this is different among these 4 oscillations, this one being the 4th. Something else is a little bit more bearish here, and I'm going to show you on the 12-hour chart.
Give me that thumbs up. Thumbs up. Thumbs up.
I hit the wrong button, but it hit the thumbs up anyway. All right, follow me on Twitter, Cosasverdes with the number 2 afterward. And if you want me to answer your questions during live chats, because you have an emblem next to your name and you want 15 to 30 daily updates in JPEG fed to you, in addition to recordings of what we do in the Cryptillion tier on Discord, go ahead and hit the join button below this video, and the YouTube tier description video will pop up showing what you get, and links to the Discord community where I show folks how to trade with tutorials and live alerts in the description section of all my videos. All right, now the 12-hour chart here. If you don't have access to the 12-hour chart, you're using free Tradingview, I get it. I used free Tradingview for probably 4.5 years. But if we look here, we have the RSI of the 12-hour, 1 rejection from the EMA, 2 rejection from the EMA, potential 3rd rejection from the EMA. This really looks like it wants to break down to me. This doesn't look great. And the rejection, so this didn't get a rejection. This just went top and it went straight down. So oscillation 1, 2, 3, and potential 4. This is also different because when price bottomed out and finally decided to go back up, it did not get rejected from here. Did not get rejected. It checked it, higher low, boom. But this is getting checked, lower low, boom, another rejection. It's completely different, right? So let's actually check what happened here. This, I'm not for sure what was going on there. Oh yeah, that was still the bottom of this move here. So once things started really rocking and rolling, so say about right here, let's go back to that EMA. Look, that's when it got above. See, during its move up, it did not get rejected. Did not get rejected in its move up. Looks like a rejection, but in the next 2 ticks away, it just started going up. So we have a lot of things different here where we get a rejection, lower low rejection, another, like this looks like a 3rd rejection. So the pressure is down, but there is a chart that is given pretty good evidence that this might want to go up anyway, and that this could be just a mini baby, like price might be, the price might be in a phase of being suppressed purposely just to get people bearish before the move up next week, because the daily or the weekly candle closes in 7 hours, as you can see on the right hand side of my chart over here. So I'm on the weekly chart, closes in 7 hours. New York time, I believe it closes at 8 p.m. Yeah, 8 p.m. New York time, and closes at midnight London time and 1 a.m. on Monday in Berlin. So this chart that I'm getting ready to show you indicates that might be what's going on. I'm going to go to the 8-hour, let's just choose 8-hour chart, and I'm going to go to Tether dominance. Tether dominance. I will take off EMAs. I don't think I need them. And take a look. So when this goes down, Bitcoin goes up, right? And this follows channel rules. It bounces at the lines. It gets rejected by the lines. It has failure patterns and a failure rejection pattern at the line. It uses the lines as support, even though this one was a little tricky, but it never, so even during this tricky move, zoom in here, it never used this as resistance. It just kept dancing on the line over here. Let's check this out. So these candles, when it got above, it never used it as straight up resistance. It accumulated under it and bounced up, right? So this one's kind of a shade of gray between. It didn't use this line perfectly, but it did not use it as resistance. Look, this just used this line as resistance. It looks like it wants to come down to this line, which would mean Bitcoin's going to go up to test its weekly 10 EMA around 24K. So this is a solid chart, and this is a pretty solid signal saying Bitcoin might want to work its way up. It looks pretty clear to me, but you have a bunch of other stuff saying no, and this chart is showing evidence against other mounting evidence that Bitcoin's getting ready to break down. So what it could mean is you have a sharp move up to test the 24 to 25K range, and then it comes straight down. So if I could interpret all the data for a move down, mix it with this, it kind of seems like Bitcoin's going to pop up to test its weekly 10 and then come down. That's what it seems like to me. Is that exactly what will happen? I don't know, but let me draw it for you what that might look like on the Bitcoin chart. I'm going to zoom into the 1 hour chart on my channel and take a look. I'm going to put on the weekly 10, which is way up here at about $24,100. So it looks like Bitcoin might go kablam, boom, boom, lower hot failure, rejection pattern, and then break down. And all that would be happening around the opening of the weekly candle. So volatility starts increasing on what dates? August 7th, August 8th. Like I was saying, it's going to probably happen on August 1st in that video because the clashing of the 8 and 12 hours with the daily and 2-day needed to sort themselves out. They are starting to sort themselves out, and they're starting to point down. They're all starting to point down, but a very, very important chart is saying this is going to give one more spike up, and it could be so fast that those charts never get the chance to lock in a bullish move, so it never truly flips in bullish. It just goes up, and those larger indicators like the 12-hour and daily, the indicators like the stochastics on RSI go up, but before the candle closes, it then goes back down. So if this were to happen, it's probably going to be a pretty darn quick move. And if it hangs up here for a while, that means it's probably going to, the 8, 12 daily and 2-day charts are going to probably swing up, and you're going to have continuation to the upside, which is still possible. So if this is what happens and price begins interacting with this weekly 10, if you see it hanging out up there or getting above the weekly 10 and using it as support, even on 3-minute candles, that means that the 8-hour, 12-hour daily and 2-day charts are all going to have reset, and they're going to start swinging to the upside, and you're probably going to get a move up to 28K to 30K. I don't think that's the number one likelihood. I would guess this is going to be the price path if we get a move up. I would say perhaps tied for as likely as this price path is it starts breaking down from here. If I can make that a different price path, these are pretty crappy price paths, but whatever. But just general direction here, I think these are the two most likely things. And if I had to pick a third most likely, it would be a continuation of this pink one where it actually stays around the weekly 10 and then works its way up. If I had to do that. So those are your 3 general price paths of what I can see happening, and how to essentially navigate that is if price interacts with this weekly 10, does it get above even 3-minute candles bouncing on top, that greatly increases the chance that this yellow price path that Bitcoin goes up to 28K, it greatly increases the chance. But if it simply goes above the weekly 10 on very small candles, that is not greatly increasing it. It's when it comes back down to interact with it is the key, because it has a chance to go above, failure pattern, come back above, interact again, get rejected, and then head down, which is what this pink price path is. So it's all about that weekly 10. Don't hesitate to use very small candles, like even 1 minute, 3 minute, 5 minute. Use the MTF EMA indicator, the weekly 10. It's going to be key if that were to happen. But also watch out for this price path. Things could literally just break down from right here, because the 8-hour, 12-hour, daily, and 2-day are kind of saying, hey, we might just break down from here instead of popping up first before a breakdown. Go ahead and click this video if you want to see how I anticipated 8 days of sideways, exactly when sideways started, and click this video right here if you're trying to learn how to trade futures and you want pretty good advice on how to start your journey there that you won't find anywhere else. You just got Timified Worldwide. Peace.